What really separates old money from new money? It's not just the size of their bank account, it's their entire mindset. In this video, we're revealing 8 things that old money families almost never buy and showing how their quiet spending habits are the secret to preserving their wealth for generations. You'll learn why they skip the flashy logos and embrace timeless investments, and how true luxury is built on discretion, not display. Stay with us, because the way you spend might be the only thing standing between you and that old money mindset. The world is obsessed with the rich, but we often confuse the signs of being rich with the substance of actual wealth. We see these huge displays of consumption and think, wow, that's what it means to be loaded. But there's a massive difference between being rich and being wealthy. And you see it most clearly in the spending habits of old money versus new money. New money, which is often earned in a single generation, comes with a need to show it off. It's a declaration to the world, I've made it. This usually translates into conspicuous consumption, buying things specifically to signal just how much you're worth. And honestly, it's understandable. If you came from nothing and built a fortune, you'd probably want to enjoy the fruits of your labor in a very visible way. Old money, though, plays by a completely different set of rules. When wealth has been in the family for generations, the goal shifts from making money to keeping money. It's not about proving your status. It's about quietly maintaining it so the family legacy lasts for centuries. They know that real confidence doesn't come from a price tag, it comes from who you are. For them, restraint is the ultimate form of refinement. This difference in psychology creates a huge gap in what they buy and, more importantly, what they refuse to buy. While new money chases trends, old money invests in tradition. While new money shouts, old money whispers. So let's pull back the curtain and explore the 8 things that generational wealth consistently avoids. This isn't about being cheap. It's about a deep understanding of value, longevity, and the subtle art of true luxury. Section 1. Brand new top-of-the-line luxury cars. First on the list, and maybe the most obvious, is a brand new top-of-the-line luxury car straight from the showroom. To the new money millionaire, a shiny new Lamborghini or a custom Rolls-Royce is the ultimate status symbol. It screams speed, power, and a very, very healthy bank account. It's turning financial success into a physical object that demands attention. It's a celebration of arriving. But old money looks at that same car through a different lens, one shaped by generations of smart financial decisions. The most glaring issue? Depreciation. A new luxury car is one of the worst places you can put your money. The second it's driven off the lot, its value tanks, often by 20% or more in the first year alone. For a mindset focused on preserving wealth, choosing to take such a huge and immediate loss is seen as fiscally irresponsible. It's not that they can't afford it, it's the principle of it. Why light a pile of money on fire for the fleeting thrill of that new car smell? Instead, you'll find that old money leans towards vehicles that mean something entirely different: endurance, reliability, and quiet quality. They often prefer well-maintained classic models. Think of a 10-year-old Mercedes G-Wagon, a vintage Porsche 911 that's been in the family for decades, or a perfectly kept, unassuming older Lexus or Volvo. These cars tell a different story. They speak of consistency, an appreciation for engineering that lasts, and a confidence that doesn't need the latest trend for validation. Then there's the issue of discretion. A flashy supercar attracts a ton of unwanted attention, from admirers to thieves. For families who value their privacy and security, that's a massive drawback. The goal is to blend in, not to stand out. An older, dark-colored sedan or a reliable SUV lets them move through the world without broadcasting their net worth to every person on the street. The philosophy here is simple. A car is a tool. It gets you from point A to point B. And while comfort and safety are key, its main purpose is functional. They see the flashy car as a sign of insecurity, a need to prove wealth rather than simply possess it. To old money, the person who blows a fortune on a rapidly depreciating asset hasn't understood the first rule of wealth. You don't stay wealthy by wasting money. The second thing you rarely see an old money individual buying is loud, logo-heavy designer fashion. Walk through any high-end shopping area and you're hit with the uniform of new money style. Belts with huge double G buckles, purses covered in a repeating LV monogram, and t-shirts shouting Balenciaga in bold letters. For a lot of people, these logos are the ticket into the world of luxury. They say, "I can afford this," and signal that you're part of a rich, fashion-conscious crowd. It's a shortcut to looking rich. But for old money families, this kind of obvious branding is the opposite of elegance. It's often considered tacky, even a bit vulgar. The guiding principle of their style is stealth wealth, or quiet luxury, where a garment's value is in its quality, not its logo. They believe that if you have to announce you're wearing a luxury brand, you've already missed the point. True luxury is only recognized by other people who are in the know. They see it in the cut, the fabric, and the perfect craftsmanship, not a name plastered across your chest.
Old money tends to avoid logos because it looks like you're trying too hard. It suggests you need other people to validate your status. Someone with generational wealth has nothing to prove. Wearing a loud logo is basically like wearing a price tag, a social signal they have no need or desire to send. So, what do they buy instead? They invest in timeless, understated pieces from heritage brands famous for their quality, not their marketing hype. Think brands like Loro Piana for its ridiculously soft cashmere, Brunello Cucinelli for its masterfully tailored suits, or Brioni for its blend of formal and casual wear. These brands focus on materials and craftsmanship. Imagine a perfectly tailored navy blazer, hand-stitched leather loafers from a brand like John Lobb, or a simple, elegant silk blouse. These items might cost just as much as their logo-covered counterparts, but their value is built in. They're designed to be worn for decades, not just for one season. The old money relationship with clothes is about investment and longevity. They think in terms of cost per wear. A classic, well-made coat worn for 20 years is a much better investment than a trendy jacket that looks dated in a year. Their closets are curated collections of classics, not revolving doors of fast fashion. Ultimately, this philosophy all comes down to confidence. Old money dresses for themselves, not for an audience. Their clothing is chosen for comfort, quality, and timeless style. They live by the idea that money screams, but wealth whispers. In their world, the most luxurious thing you can own is a sense of style that's entirely yours, untouched by fleeting trends. Section 3. Flashy, over-the-top watches and jewelry. Following that same rule of discretion, old money tends to avoid flashy, over-the-top watches and jewelry. In the world of new money, a watch is often a trophy for your wrist. We see it with the crazy popularity of certain models, the diamond-covered Audemars Piguet, a flashy Rolex, or a Patek Philippe with a rare, colorful dial. These watches are amazing pieces of engineering, but their popularity is often driven by hype and celebrities. For the newly rich, wearing a watch that's instantly recognizable and known to be insanely expensive is a way to wear your net worth on your sleeve. The same goes for jewelry. It often leans toward bigger is better. Old money approaches watches and jewelry from a place of heritage and personal meaning, not hype. For them, the most valuable pieces are the ones that have been passed down. A grandfather's classic, simple dress watch, maybe a vintage Patek Philippe Calatrava on a leather strap, or a Vacheron Constantin from the 50s, holds more meaning than any modern, hyped-up model. Its value isn't in the market price, it's in the story. That watch on their wrist is a link to their past. When old money does buy a new watch, the choice is guided by an appreciation for craftsmanship and timeless design. They lean toward watchmakers known for subtle elegance, brands that are respected by true experts but might fly under the radar for the general public, like A. Lange & Zone or Parmigiani Fleurier. These choices signal a deep love for the art of watchmaking, not a desire to show off. The same philosophy applies to jewelry. While a new money heiress might show off a massive new diamond ring on Instagram, an old money matriarch is more likely to wear a set of pearls that belonged to her grandmother, or a simple signet ring with the family crest. Jewelry is personal. The pieces are often smaller, more classic, and chosen for sentimental value. An engagement ring might be a family heirloom passed down for generations. Its value measured in history, not carats. In old money circles, flashy accessories can be seen as a sign of insecurity. Obvious displays suggest one's status is new and needs to be proven. True elegance is quiet. It's the confidence to wear something because it's meaningful to you, whether or not anyone else knows what it's worth. Those understated cufflinks or that simple gold bracelet worn for 40 years are the real symbols of old money. They aren't declarations of wealth, they are quiet reminders of legacy. Section 4. Trendy, single-purpose kitchen gadgets. This next one might sound small compared to supercars and diamonds, but it says everything about the old money philosophy. They don't buy into the endless cycle of trendy kitchen gadgets. The modern kitchen in a new money home is often a showroom for the latest culinary tech. It's packed with single-purpose gadgets, the smart air fryer you control with your phone, the voice-activated coffee machine, or the sous vide for perfect steaks, and the Wi-Fi-enabled fridge with a giant touchscreen. These things are marketed as essentials, and owning them is a sign that you're on the cutting edge. Old money kitchens, however, are built on a completely different idea. They are workspaces, not showrooms. The focus is on durability, function, and tradition, not trends. An old money kitchen is usually equipped with classic, heavy-duty appliances that have proven their worth. You're far more likely to find a well-seasoned cast-iron skillet that's been in the family for 50 years than a new miracle non-stick pan. You'll see a simple, tough stand mixer that's been making dough since the 70s, not the latest model in a trendy color. Their stoves are workhorses, like a classic AGA or a Wolf range, chosen for reliability and precise control, the things a serious cook actually values. This rejection of trendy gadgets comes from a deep sense of practicality. Old money values tools that are versatile and built to last. A single, high-quality chef's knife is worth more than a drawer full of specialized slicers. A heavy copper pot that can be used for 100 different dishes is a better investment than a gadget that only makes artisanal ice cream. They see trendy appliances for what they often are: clutter. They take up space and are often designed to become obsolete. That smart fridge of today is just an unsupported piece of tech in 5 years, but a well-built appliance can last for 20.
For these families, the kitchen is a place of tradition. Recipes are passed down through generations, and the tools used to make them are part of that heritage. There's a comfort in using the same sturdy pot that your mother and grandmother used. The act of cooking isn't about finding the quickest tech shortcut. It's about the process, skill, and patience. Basically, the new money kitchen is about impressing guests, while the old money kitchen is about serving the family. One is filled with items that go out of date, while the other is filled with items that get better with age. It's a perfect example of their broader philosophy: invest in quality, choose function over flash, and honor tradition. If you're finding this look into the psychology of wealth fascinating, and you're starting to see that true luxury is more about your mindset than your money, then go ahead and subscribe to our channel. We explore the world of quiet luxury and the habits of the world's most discreet families every single week. Hit that subscribe button and let's keep unraveling these secrets together. Section 5. Unnecessary travel upgrades and premium experiences. Number 5 on our list is a subtle one that has to do with travel. Old money families generally don't pay for unnecessary travel upgrades just for the sake of it. When new money travels, it's often an extension of their lifestyle showcase. It's about documenting and displaying the experience. This could mean always booking first-class flights for a weekend trip, splurging on the premium suite just because it's the most expensive, or paying for VIP skip-the-line passes at tourist traps. These upgrades are seen as reward. Flying first class isn't just about comfort, it's a status marker that says, I don't have to settle. Old money, while definitely no stranger to comfort, approaches travel with a much sharper, value-oriented mindset. They see little point in spending thousands of extra dollars on a first-class seat for a short flight. Sure, they might fly first class for a long-haul business trip where arriving rested is a necessity, but for a family vacation, the math is different. They see the wild cost of that ticket as a poor use of money. That same cash could be better spent on a more meaningful part of the trip, invested or donated. They know that a first-class seat and an economy seat arrive at the same destination at the exact same time. This isn't about being cheap, it's about being strategic. They will happily spend on things that genuinely make their travel experience better, but they resist paying for things that are purely for show. For instance, instead of the hotel's presidential suite with its 5 bathrooms they'll never use, they'll book several nice standard rooms for comfort and privacy. Or they might use the money they saved to hire an expert private guide for a museum, or charter a boat for a day to explore a secluded coastline, creating a unique family memory. The real difference is in how they define value. For new money, value is often tied to status and image. For old money, value is tied to the quality of the experience, privacy, and personal growth. They'll pay a premium for things that truly matter, like exclusivity and education, but they're immune to marketing labels that offer little more than bragging rights. They aren't interested in the illusion of luxury, they're interested in the substance of it. They know the best travel experiences are rarely the most visibly expensive ones. They're the ones that offer real connection, learning, and privacy. Far away from the crowds. Section 6. Large, ostentatious McMansions. Number 6 is the huge, flashy, newly built mega mansion. For many who get rich quickly, building or buying a massive home is the ultimate sign of success. These homes, often called McMansions, are known for their enormous size and a chaotic mix of architectural styles. They're designed to impress, with dramatic 2-story foyers, home theaters, and multi-car garages to show off a fleet of cars. They're public declarations of wealth, built to be seen and admired in new exclusive neighborhoods where every house is trying to be the grandest. Old money families almost never build or buy these kinds of homes. Their approach to real estate is guided by legacy, privacy, and understated elegance. They're far more likely to live in homes that have been in the family for generations, sprawling country estates, historic townhouses in quiet, established neighborhoods, or elegant apartments in prestigious pre-war buildings. The value of these homes isn't in their newness or flashy features, but in their history, architectural integrity, and location. When they do buy property, they think long-term. They look for homes with good bones, classic architecture, quality construction, and a timeless design. A home isn't just a purchase, it's a family seat, a place where future generations will gather. So the focus is on comfort, function, and, above all, privacy. An old money home is often hidden from view, set back from the road behind old trees or stone walls. The goal isn't to show off to the public, but to create a private sanctuary for the family. The whole idea of a McMansion is often seen as tasteless by the old money crowd. These houses are often viewed as poorly constructed, focusing on size over quality materials. The jumble of architectural styles is seen as chaotic and graceless. To an eye trained on classic proportions, these homes just lack subtlety. In their world, a person's home is a reflection of their character. A large, showy house suggests a need for attention. Old money families understand that the most desirable properties aren't always the largest, but the ones with the best location, privacy, and sense of history. They might spend a fortune restoring a historic property, an investment that's about being a caretaker for the next generation.
In the end, the new money mansion is a statement about the owner's money. The old money home is a statement about the family's lineage. One is built to be seen, the other is built to be lived in. Section 7. Flashy vacations and public displays on social media. Just as they avoid flashy homes, old money families steer clear of flashy, publicly documented vacations. In the age of social media, travel has become a performance. New money families and influencers often plan their vacations for maximum online exposure.
This means trips to the trendiest, most Instagrammable places like Mykonos or Bora Bora. The goal is to be seen in the right places, staying in the most exclusive overwater bungalow. Every moment is content. The infinity pool at sunrise, the designer outfits at dinner, the champagne on a yacht. The vacation isn't just an experience, it's a public display of a glamorous lifestyle. Old money families treat vacations as a time for a genuine escape and private family connection, not a public performance. Their destinations are often chosen for privacy, familiarity, and sentimental value, not trendiness. They might have been going to the same quiet corner of Maine, a secluded lake in Italy, or a family cabin in the mountains for generations. These are not places you see on social media precisely because their appeal is their anonymity. When they do travel to more exotic places, they choose privacy over spectacle. Instead of a celebrity-filled resort, they might charter a sailboat to explore lesser-known islands. Instead of the crowded Amalfi Coast, they might rent a private villa in a quiet part of Tuscany. They might visit places like Mustique, a private island where royalty and discreet families go to escape the public eye. The luxury they're looking for is silence, space, and uninterrupted family time. The most important difference is the absolute refusal to post about it online. This comes from a few core values. First, privacy and security. Broadcasting your location to the world is a huge security risk. Second, it's just considered to be in poor taste. Bragging about your leisure time is seen as vulgar. They operate on the principle that if you're truly secure in your position, you don't feel the need to advertise it. The experiences they invest in are for their own growth, not for the likes of an online audience. The vacation is a genuine escape from the world, not a performance for the world. This mindset shows that the ultimate luxury for old money isn't being seen, but being free from the need to be seen. It's the freedom to enjoy your life quietly and authentically. While new money collects destinations like status symbols, old money collects memories like family heirlooms. Section 8. The latest, trendiest technology and gadgets. The final item on our list is the constant need to upgrade to the latest and trendiest technology. The tech world runs on a cycle of perpetual newness. Every year there's a new smartphone with a slightly better camera or a new smartwatch with some novel feature. For many, especially new money, being an early adopter is a sign of being modern and successful. Having the newest iPhone on release day is a way to signal that you're at the forefront of progress. The tech itself becomes a status symbol. Old money looks at this endless upgrade cycle with a healthy dose of skepticism. They aren't against technology, but they are trend-resistant. They won't buy a new device just because it's new. Their relationship with technology is all about function and longevity, not novelty. They see no reason to replace a perfectly good smartphone that still works just because a new model came out. The small improvements are rarely worth the cost and hassle. This view is rooted in a waste not, want not philosophy that is key to preserving wealth. Trendy tech is a depreciating asset, just like a new car. A top-of-the-line smartphone loses a huge chunk of its value in a year. Continuously spending on these upgrades is seen as a financial leak. It's not uncommon to see a very wealthy person using an iPhone that's several generations old, protected in a simple, durable case. Their focus is on best-in-class tools that are built to last, not on disposable electronics. For example, they might invest in a high-quality sound system from a brand known for its audio fidelity and keep it for decades rather than chasing the latest wireless smart speaker. They appreciate tech that has a sense of permanence. There's also a philosophical resistance to being a slave to trends and the constant connectivity they demand. The obsession with having the latest tech is often linked to a fear of missing out. Old money often values the ability to disconnect. They appreciate the luxury of not being chained to every notification. They adopt tech when it offers a real, significant improvement to their lives, not just when it's fashionable. In short, new money uses tech to signal they're part of the future.
Old money uses tech as a tool, and only when it proves its worth. They prefer things that are timeless, and most consumer tech is, by design, the exact opposite. Looking back at these 8 categories, a clear philosophy comes into focus. The choices of old money aren't about being cheap or not wanting nice things. Quite the opposite. They are surrounded by the highest quality imaginable. The difference is their definition of quality and luxury. For new money, luxury is often an external language of brands, trends, and visible expense. It's about demonstrating status. For old money, luxury is an internal feeling of quality, comfort, heritage, and privacy. It's about living with status, not showing it off. They tend to avoid brand new luxury cars because they understand depreciation. They skip loud logos because real elegance doesn't need to shout. They cherish heirloom jewelry over new bling because value is in the story, not the sparkle. Their homes and kitchens are built for generations, not for a moment of admiration. They invest in private experiences over public displays, and they adopt tech for its function, not its novelty. At its heart, the old money mindset is about playing the long game. It's about choosing substance over show, legacy over lifestyle, and preserving wealth over flashy consumption. It's knowing that the most valuable things in life, family, privacy, knowledge, and time, can't be bought from a catalog. So if you want to adopt this mindset, the lesson isn't to stop spending. The lesson is to start asking why you're spending. Are you buying something for its real value or for the image it projects? Is it an investment in your life or just a fleeting purchase? When you stop trying to look rich, you can start the real work of building lasting wealth. And that is a secret that has been kept for generations. What did you think? Which of these 8 things surprised you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your perspective. And if you enjoyed this look into the world of quiet luxury, please give this video a like and be sure to subscribe for more insights into how wealth is truly built and maintained. Thanks for watching.